You are welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe now. Subscribe now for more videos. Subscribe now before we go. Please, if you have not subscribed before, please subscribe now before we go for more videos. Yeah. Can you see? Look down by the right hand side. Like, subscribe and press the notification button. Again, press like, subscribe and notification button for more videos. Yeah, if you have subscribed before and you are not seeing the notification, press only this one. When you press it, will now bring 3. Press the one at the top. Finish. You'll be seeing the notification. Always like my video. Please always like. Press like immediately you open the video. Like my video always. Yeah. Can you see now? I'm remembering you again. You like, you share my video, you subscribe, the notification button, you press it. If you have subscribed before and you are not seeing the notification, press only this one, the notification. When you press it, now bring 3. Press the one at the top, all. This is analysis on how to clear sharpening errors, part 1. Yeah, this is Superstar, one of the strongest blades so far in this world. You know, as I promised, I have to be coming into my tutorial with stronger blades. Yeah, look at this blade now. See where I'm pointing, see where I'm circling. The upper blade is touching at that area. The upper blade is touching at that area. Yeah, look at this area too. The upper blade is touching at that area too. The upper blade is touching at that area. Yeah, see that portion too? The upper blade is touching at that area. So it is only for shaded area or pointed area that the upper blade is attaching to the bottom blade. See that center where I'm making to and fro. You see that area? The upper blade is not touching with the bottom blade at that area. Yeah, this is a critical error, the sharpening of the clipper blade. Somebody sharpen this clipper blade. Somebody sharpen this clipper blade was unable to sharpen it perfectly. Now brought the clipper blade to me. Can you see that portion I'm circling? The upper blade and the upper blade are not touching. The top and the upper blade are not touching. The top and the bottom blade are not touching that area. So therefore, when you mount this type of clipper blade into the engine, you now run it to test it. The 2 angles will work. The right angle will work. The left angle will work. Whereas the center will not work. This is a Superstar, one of the strongest clipper blades so far in this world. I want to teach you, want to show you the way you can clear this type of error step by step. The way you can clear this type of error step by step without making any mistake. You see, this kind of error in sharpening of the clipper blade is very critical, and this is where the trouble used to shoot out. This is where we know the real professionals. When you are sharpening clipper blade and you detect this kind of error after testing, how can you bring it back to normal as a professional, as a real professional? Can you see the area I'm circling? Can you see the areas I'm circling? Those 4 areas. See that center? That center is not touching with the upper blade. So therefore, the machine cannot work fine. This is the inner part diagram of upper and the bottom clipper blade teeth. Can you see the area? I'm doing the diagram for the blade I've just shown you now. Look at this angle I'm shading. That area attached with the upper blade. Look at the other edge again. I'm trying to shade again. Yeah, that area too attached with the upper blade. Look at the area I'm shading again at the back. Look at the area I'm shading again. Those 4 areas attached with the upper blade. Yeah, can you see it now? Can you see it? That is the portion. Yeah, this is the upper blade. Look at this angle I'm shading. That one attached, compatible with the bottom blade. Likewise, the area I'm shading at the back too. The other side at the back too. Then the right side at the front. Can you see that area I'm shading? Yeah, those 4 areas now agree together with each other. Can you see the center? You see that center I'm trying to draw out? That center. Do you see that center? Yeah, that center is not attaching with the upper blade. There is space in between the upper blade and the bottom blade at that center. You see the area I'm drawing the rectangular form there? I'm trying to shade. That area is not attaching with the upper blade. Yeah, can you see it? That area attached. That area attached to the area attached. Number 4 attached. That center does not attach. See, you can cancel it. Yeah. Let us go into the upper blade and see what is going on. That shaded area, the area I'm shading. Look at the area I'm shading. Those 4 areas attached with the upper blade. Yeah. Yeah. This is the bottom clipper blade. Can you see it? This is the inner surface. Super star. Yeah, this is the upper blade. Can you see it? Look at the area I'm shading. Look at that area I'm shading. Those 4 areas are shaded now. Those are the area that attach with the bottom clipper blade. Look at the center I want to bring out. Look at that center where I'm trying to draw the rectangular form there. Look at that side, compatible with the bottom blade. Those 4 areas, those shaded areas. Look at that center I'm trying to shade now. That center did not attach. You see, I cancel it. It did not attach with the bottom clipper blade. Therefore, when you mount this clipper blade on the engine, you now run it, you test it. That angle will work. The 2 angles will work. The edge, left hand side will work. The right hand side will work. While that center, I draw big rectangular shape for the upper and the down part of the bottom blade. When you now fix it together, you mount it on the clipper, it will not work. This is a big error. It's a critical error in sharpening of the clipper blade. Now, can you see that angle now? That is number 1. See that area? That is where it lays on top of the bottom blade. Let us watch again. That is number 2. Look at that number 2 now. See number 2 where it's laid on top of the bottom blade. This is number 3. No, this is number 3. Can you see it? This is where it lays on top of the bottom blade. That is number 4. That number 4 was lay on top of this, on this side, on top of the bottom blade. Can you see it now? So which means the edge, the left edge and the right edge of the clipper blade is working fine. Where at that center I draw the rectangular form there is not working fine. Can you see it? This is a critical error. This is a big error in sharpening of the clipper blade. That area I'm touching, those are the area working. Yeah, that area I'm touching, those are the area working in that clipper blade. Without putting it on the or mount it on the engine, you must have to know through your testing. That is what they call how to study the inner surface of the clipper blade by a professional or a real professional. Yeah, can you see now? I've drawn the diagram out. This tutorial now deal with practical and diagram study. How to use diagram to correct a critical error in sharpening of the clipper blade. Yeah, we are moving so far now. We are moving so far. If you want to know how to sharpen clipper blade very well, you have to subscribe to this channel. After subscribe, you press the notification bell. The 3 bells will come out. Press the one at the top, the one the right ALL there, so that you subscribe. When you subscribe to this channel, you can be able to see the notification for all my films. Can you see? Error detected. Error detected. This is a critical error in sharpening of the clipper blade. Even this type of clipper error, it is not only on manual sharpening stone. It used to happen on auto too. Yeah, you know, I used to say it. Using auto to sharpen does not mean you can sharpen all type of clipper blade correctly. Even you can sharpen 30 in a wrong form, though the 30 will not work. It is not because you are using auto to sharpen, therefore you can sharpen all the other type of clipper blade correctly, logically, technically, professionally okay. It is a big lie. All the 2 have the same type of error. If you know how to control your hand, the error may not be many, or you may not get error at all, or it will be sometimes. But when you are not perfect with it, it does not mean you are using auto. Person using manual will beat you. And you are using auto, you know much about it, you can beat somebody using manual sharpening stone. Can you see? The two have the same logic, the same method to clear it. Now I'm now showing you the inner part of the bottom clipper blade, the one I've just drawn the diagram now. See the area I'm circling? Look at that area I'm circling. Look at that area I'm circling, number 2 in the front. Look at the area I'm circling. Look at that area I'm circling at the back. Look at the area I'm circling. Look at the area I'm circling to at the back. Those are the areas the upper blade lay on top of the bottom blade. You see that center? I'm trying to draw a rectangular form there. That center is not compatible with the upper blade. Can you see? This is how to study the inner surface of the clipper blades, the upper and the bottom. This is what they call a real professional. Sharpening of clipper blade deal with sense. Sharpening of the clipper blade deal with techniques. Sharpening of the clipper blade deal with real on how to control somebody's tongue. You're supposed to know the way to direct your hand, the way to make your movement, the way to check your sharpening stone, whether the error is from the stone, the error is from your hand. You have to know. Just follow me step by step if you want to become a real professional. That center I'm putting the rectangular form there is not working. That center is not working at all. Can you see? I've cancelled it. That area is not working. Then how can you correct this type of error? How can you correct it? When you follow this my tutorial, that is why I don't want to cut anything out of this tutorial now. I've told you earlier. This is the inner surface of the upper blade. I don't want to cut anything so that I can be able to see everything all for you to achieve, to gain very, very important area. Can you see the area I'm circling? Look at the area I'm circling. That angles I'm circling. Likewise the back. Can you see it? Likewise the back. Those 4 areas are the areas compatible with the bottom blade. Those are the areas touching with the bottom blade. Those are the areas working correctly with the bottom blade. That center I'm putting the rectangular form there is not working at all. That center I'm putting the rectangular form is not working at all. It's not working. So when you now place this upper blade on top of the bottom blade, the 2 edges will work. The left edge will work. The right edge will work. That center will not work at all. Where I'm putting the rectangular form there, it will not work. Let us say the fact. So if you want to know how to sharpen clipper blade, this thing deal with sense. Many people will just pick sharpening stone, go to market and buy sharpening stone and continue sharpening. Yeah, you may get it correct one day, but you will get it wrong many times. You will get it wrong many times. Well, when you are following my tutorial step by step, you are following the way I am sharpening my own clipper blade. You are following my techniques, the logics, the techniques, the logics, the style I'm using to fashion out my sharpening. You are following it step by step, and there's no rush in there. You will see that before think of eyes, you will become a professional sharpening your own clipper blade first before now moving into the commercial own. Sharpening for different type of people, different type of barbers, your customers, your neighborhood, your area wood. Yeah, then by that time you have become a real professional. Can you see? I want to correct this error now. I want to correct it. This is a Master Barbers Comedy TV. Yeah, when you follow up my tutorials, you can be able to do it yourself. DIY. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. You can be able to practice it. You test it. Number 1 thing you have to do, cleaning your super hard manner sharpening stone. That is number 1 thing. Can you see it? Place the upper blade and the bottom blade on top of my super hard manner sharpening stone. And don't forget, putting up masking tape is very important. You have to look for better masking tape with better gum. Masking tape with better gum. You now place you put the masking tape at the back of the upper blade. You put the masking tape at the back of the bottom blade too. The reason why I put in the masking tape, I used to say it many times, so that your thumb can be able to control the blade very well. You can be able to hold it. You can be able to move it to anywhere you like without falling out of under your thumb. Can you see it? You do this thing step by step. Do it step by step. Do it step by step. Can you see it? See the way I'm doing it? So this tutorial now, you know, I promise I will not be cutting anything out for you to be able to get the whole secret. I don't want to hide anything for you. I want you to know it. I want you to become a real professional like me. Yeah, I want to help all barbers throughout the world, all stylists throughout the world, all proprietors throughout the world, all the customers throughout the world. all the people that have interest in buying their own clipper for purpose of their own using it at home. I want to help everybody so that when you follow my my sharpening step by step, you follow it one by one. No way, you must have to become a professional. You see those 4 areas I'm pointing? You see those areas I'm pointing? Those are the areas touching with the bottom blade. You know, I've shown you in my diagram. In the real blade I've shown you. In the real diagram I've shown you. I draw diagram purposely for you to understand it, because some may not even see it well on the inner surface of the real upper blade and the bottom blade. But now I've drawn the diagram for you to be able to understand it. Can you see the area I'm touching? That center? That center is not attaching with the bottom blade. It's not working at all. There is gap. That center I'm going to and fro. That center is having gap with the bottom blade. The bottom blade is having gap at that area. The upper blade is having gap at that area. It was through the way the person that sharpened it last sharpened it. Can you see the edge I'm circling? That edge is now attached with the bottom blade. That edge attached with the bottom blade. The other edge too attached with the bottom blade. Can you see it? This is a critical error in sharpening of the clipper blade. Very, very critical. When you can sharpen clipper blade and you detect this type of error, you must have to come across errors. It is from this error you will now become a master. I'm telling you sincerely. So when you are running for errors, you cannot know it. Sharp it anyhow you know it. Follow my steps. When you sharp it, you now test it. Any error you see, I will be doing tutorials now. Try to contact me on WhatsApp. When you test it finish without cleaning the surface, snap the picture, send it to me on WhatsApp. I will now tell you the way you will correct it, or I will do the correction for you on the YouTube. When I do the correction, I will form that kind of error on my own. When I form it, then I will now correct it. Yeah, when I correct it, you can be able to see the way I corrected that error. So that area now you have know it. You have to move to another step. Can you see the way I position the upper blade on top of the bottom blade? Look at that, my pointer. I place it at the center, now pointing to the edge. Can you see the way I position my thumb? I place the upper blade at the angle of 60 degrees. I place the upper blade at the angle of 60 degrees on my sharpening stone. Can you see it? I've sharpened the first side. That is to and fro 10 times. Now I want to show you the part it has covered. I'm trying to position it well for you to be able to see it properly. Yeah, look at area I'm circling with my pointer. The sharpening has covered that area. That area too. Yeah, by the left hand side. Can you see? The other edge is still there. I have not touched that area. So I have to go back to that area now, to the other side. Don't forget spreading of your treatment. I'm using ordinary kerosene now. This is ordinary kerosene, pure kerosene. I don't put anything there. Can you see the way I position it again? Look at the area I'm circling. That is the area I want to touch now. I place my pointer at the center. See the area I want to place my thumb. Can you see that area? In the center, at the right hand side. Can you see the way I position my thumb? I will go to and fro 10 times. Equally the same with the first side. The pressure have to be the same with the first side. The to and fro cutting have to be the same with the other side. The swelling of treatment have to be the same with the other side. Take note. Take note, please. Now, can you see? I've sharpened the right hand side too. It has covered to the center. The two sides have joined up. But I can detect. I will show you something now. Towards the edge in the center of the clipper blade, that sharpening has not touched the edge. It does not touch it. It does not touch it at all. So I will now go back, repeat the same process again, placing my thumb, see, at the back of where I'm pointing. I have to repeat the same process. That process I've done just now, I have to repeat it again. The way I position my thumb at the first side, the way I position my thumb at the other side, I have to repeat it, go to and fro 10 times again for each side, to bring the level come down again, so that the center can join together properly. See the center I'm putting my broom? Can you see? Then you see where I'm pointing. That is where I want to place my thumb. That is the place I want to place my thumb. Yeah, can you see the area I'm circling? That is the area I want to sharpen now. Center the way I place my pointer. That edge I'm pointing now, that is where I'm positioning my thumb. Can you see I position my thumb? That will be to and fro 10 times again. To and fro 10 times again. You monitor your pressure, you monitor the threading of your treatment, so that when you want to repeat for the other side, everything have to be the same, so that the iron will chop equally. The iron will chop equally, so that one side will not be higher than the other side. See the other side I'm circling now. So I've sharpened the upper side, that is 2 times. Now I want to come back to the other side now to make it 2 times again. The other one is 1 time. I want to repeat the 2 and fro 10 times again to make the surface balance with the front. Can you see? That will be to and fro 10 times again now, so that to be equal with the first side. The pressure have to be the same. The flow to and fro canting have to be the same. The spreading of the treatment on the super hard manner sharpening stone have to be the same. Let us look at the inner surface now. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. You see that edge I'm pointing? The sharpening has not covered it reach the edge. Can you see it? It has not covered it reach the edge. It has covered the back. Finish. But the front, that area I'm pointing, the sharpening has not touched it. The sharpening has touched the back from the left hand side to the right hand side, and that which means from the center to the front is opening. There's gap there. When you place it on top of the bottom blade, there will be gap. It will not cut here. The 2 sides will cut, but that center will not cut. Now you have to repeat the same process again. You have to repeat the same process. That will be number 3 now. Try to take note. You are trying to correct an error. That area again, the way I circled it before. See the way I divide the blade into 2 with my pointer. Then now trying to point to the edge. The way you place your thumb the first time, you have to repeat it the second time. You have repeated it the second time. This is the 3rd time now. You have to do it and say, okay, let your hand go inside a little. Can you see? That's the sign I'm giving now. It will not be at the edge finish. It will come down inside little. That will be to and fro 10 times again. Still have to repeat for the other side too. What you do for front, don't forget, you have to do it or repeat it for the other side to make the equation balance. Yeah, can you see the way I position my thumb? You have to move in a little bit. That is the sign I'm giving. Yeah, that is to and fro now. That will be 10 times again. To make the back have to be, that is 3rd time now. You have made the front 3 times. You have made the back 3 times now. The equation is balanced. Let us look at the inner surface now and check. This work is technical, but when you follow it up very well, you will understand it, and you can be able to do it yourself. It's very technical. Deal with sense. Now the sharpening is correct. Can you see it? The sharpening is correct. The sharpening is correct because you don't need to rush. Then you need to know how to study the inner surface very well. You can be able to position your inner blades in a way that you can be able to study the inner parts very well. You can be able to see everything. Where it goes up, you can know. Where the stone has touched very well, you will know. Where the stone has not touched at all, you will know. Where the touch has just touched partially, you will know. That is why I'm saying you need to follow my tutorials very well. This is Master Baba's Comedy TV. Follow me up. You have to become a real professional. You see the area I'm circling? That is the bottom blade now. This is where the work is. This one is more tedious than the upper blade because of the blade is very strong. The upper blade is very strong. The bottom blade is very strong. As I promised, I will not be using soft blade for tutorials now. I position the bottom blade at the angle of 60 degrees. 60 degrees. You see the area I'm pointing my pointer to? Can you see where the blade touches with the upper blade? Now I divide it into 2. Can you see the way I place my pointer? Then look at the area I'm pointing. That is the area I want to place my thumb. From the front, that is the area I want to place my thumb at the back. This work is with sense. follow me up. You don't just pick stone, pick blade, be sharpening anyhow. When you follow my tutorials very well, through the practicing, you have to make different type of mistakes. Then when you are making mistakes, try to be sharp, snapping the picture, send it to me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is on the screen. Send it to me on WhatsApp. When you send it to me, I will tell you how the mistake comes, then the way you can clear it. If you did not get it, I will do it on tutorial and put it on YouTube. You can be able to see it. Everybody will benefit from it. Yeah, let us watch now. Let us watch. I want to position it in a way for you to be able to see the inner parts very well. I need better camera. I need your assistance. Any interested body that can give me better camera to do this work very fine, so that it can show exactly what I want it to show. You can show it very well. This camera I'm using is not so strong. Yeah, any good Samaritan can help. You can send camera to me, I will appreciate it. And if you can give me the money, I will appreciate it. Can you see the size center I'm circling? Can you see that center? That is where the work I just started. You see that center? Let us watch carefully. I'm trying to fashion it out in a way for you to be able to. I'm seeing it properly in my own, but I want the camera to carry it properly, so that when I'm talking, you can be able to understand exactly what I'm saying. I've not got it right. You see the area I'm circling? That's not shown well. You see the area I'm circling? The stone has not touched that area. Look at where I'm trying to circle now. Can you see? Follow my... Yeah, the stone has touched that area. The stone has touched that area partially. You see the area I'm circling now? From the back to the center, up in the center to the front. Can you see to the inner part of the clipper blade? Goes to the right hand side, left hand side to the front. Can you see the way I'm circling it now? Those areas I'm circling now, the stone has touched it partially. That's sign that the stone has touched that area. Then that area I'm circling, you have to repeat the same process again. That area I'm circling again. At the other side, when you want to sharpen, you have to repeat the same process you have sharpened the first side now and the second side. Try to follow it up. That area is touching, that area is touching, that area is touching with the upper blade. See the way I position my pointer, see where I position it. That is at the center. Now see where I'm pointing, that is where you are going to place your thumb. That is where you are going to place your thumb. You see it, that is center. See where you are going to place your thumb, see where you are going to place your thumb to clear that fault. Let's go. Don't try to forget. Treatment have to be spread accordingly to cover the whole surface equally. Can you see it? Then your pressure have to be the same. Your throw and flow counting have to be the same. Yeah. I will show you now the way you can correct it. You see? Can you see the area I'm circling now? That area is the one attaching to the upper blade. The other side too. So look at where I want to position my thumb. Yeah. I will go to and fro 20 times for that side. You monitor your movements, monitor your pressure, monitor your treatment. So I want to do for the other side too. See where I want to place my thumb. Can you see it exactly the way the same position to the other side? Now I will now go to and fro 20 times again. 20 times. I will now clean it properly. When I clean it properly, to be able to allow me to see the inner parts very well. Now let's get closer into the camera and see what is happening. Can you see? I want to position it well for you to be able to see the inner parts very well. I'm trying to check. Yeah, can you see? Can you see? Look at the left and the right hand side corner. For the back, for the front. Can you see the shiny areas? That is where the sharpening has started. The sharpening is covering the left hand side, the right hand side, the front and the back, leaving circle at the center. Can you see it? leaving circle at the center. You see the area I'm putting my pointer around. The sharpening has started from here, but it has shown well by the angle of the left, by the angle of the right, in the back and in the back left side, in the back right hand side. Then look at the center. You will see black area, circling area at the center, which means the stone has not touched that center, that black area, forming circle in the center. You see where I'm circling now, the stone has touched that area. For the back too, you see the place I'm circling by using my pointer to circle, the stone has touched that area. But when you look at the center, that black area I'm circling now, the stone has not touched that area. And I don't even think the stone can touch that area, because that area has gone down totally. If I say I should sharpen it to remove that center there, the blade will finish up. It will turn to the mat, will turn to needle. Can you see where I place my pointer? You see where I'm pointing to? Those are the areas I want to place my thumb to repeat in correction of the error. Don't forget spreading of the treatment evenly to cover the whole surface of the sharpening stone. Number 1, your sellotape is at the back of the blade. Number 2, master your pressure. Number 3, your to and fro cutting have to be the same. What you do for the front, you still have to repeat it for the back too. That is what they call learning. So you have to follow it up step by step. That is how to correct a critical error. One of the critical errors in sharpening of the clipper blade. We are using the sharpening stone to correct. At the same time, the diagram, the two are going along together with each other, so that I can be able to understand it very well. See the place I position my thumb, the same place. That is to and fro 20 times. Your pressure have to be the same. Your treatment will be the same. So I want to do for the other side now. Can you see it? What you do for the front, don't forget, you have to do exactly for the back. Your to and fro for the front have to be the same with the back. Then the way you put treatment for the top of the surface of the super and minor surface to have to be the same. For left hand side have to be the same with the right hand side too. Try to take note of everything. When you follow this thing step by step, it is from there you become a professional. You first become a master. After master, you become a professional. After professional, now you become a real professional in sharpening of the clipper blade. Yeah, the work is it's not hard, but when you follow the tutorial, logical, technical, those are the difficult aspects of it. But when you can maneuver your way to study the way I'm doing it and you follow me up, you find it very easy. This is Master Baba's Comedy TV. Follow me up. Subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you can be able to be seeing my new notifications. If you subscribe, then press the notification button. That bell beside subscribed. It will now bring out 3 bells. The one in the hub, the right ALL, or the paint the inside, the bell, you press it. Which means when I send the notification on the YouTube, you'll be the number 1 to see it. Can you see where the sharpening has touched? It has covered the left hand side, it has covered the right hand side, then towards the center, it has covered each half. Then in that center, the where I'm circling, the stone has not touched that area, and I don't even think the stone can touch that area at all. That area is very deep. The person who sharpened it has chopped it off. That area is down very well, very down. But I want to sharpen it in a way just to correct the inner part of where the blade, where the hair used to enter and cut hair. You correct it so that this clipper blade can work again. You can cut hair again. Can you see the area I'm circling? The stone has not touched that area. All those shiny area, the stone has started working on there. Can you see it? Can you see it? See where, follow my pointer. See that circling area? The stone has not touched that area very well. The start center, the stone has not touched it. You see that shiny area? The study of the inner surface is very important in sharpening of the clipper blade very well. Without being able to know how to study the inner surface, you can't do anything. You can't move forward. Can you see the way I'm positioning it? See that center in form of circle. Can you see it? The stone has not touched that area, and I don't think it can touch it. So I'm only going to sharpen the front to make sure the blade works fine again, and to balance the right hand side at the back and the left hand side, so that the sharpening can cover the whole inner part of the teeth, so that the inner part of the upper blade teeth, the inner part of the bottom clipper teeth can work together finally and cut here again. That dead center, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that dead center doesn't mean anything. So far the upper blade can balance by the left hand side at the back, it can balance by the right hand side in the back. Then at the same time in the front, the whole front can comply and agree with each other. No problem, it will work fine. You follow me step by step, the way I'm sharpening it, the way I'm going, so that if you can, at the end of the day, at the end of the show, we now use freehand testing styling method to test, and we can detect carbon from the left hand side to the right hand side of the inner part of the upper surface, and from the left hand side to the right hand side of the inner part of the bottom blade, which means that clipper blade can work fine again. You see where the sharpening has reached? See where the sharpening has reached? Can you see it? See that area I'm touching down? The sharpening has not touched that area. So we need to repeat the same process again. When we repeat the same process, it may be 2, 3 or 4 times till the sharpening can cover all the inner part of those small teeth. It will cover all. When it covers all those inner part of the small teeth, then which means it can agree together with the upper blade. Then when we now use freehand testing styling method to test it to work, see that area I'm touching now? The sharpening has not touched that area. You must have to repeat the same process again. You must have to repeat. You see the area I'm circling now? The sharpening has touched that area, but the center, that center, can you see it now? You have position it. All those shiny area, the stone has worked on them. Then the work is not perfect now. It's not perfect at all. It will not cut here perfectly, freely. We still have to repeat the same process again. What we have repeated did the first time, we repeated the second time, then we are still going again. Don't forget, follow it up properly. When you follow it up, when you detect this kind of error, you can be able to know the way to correct it. You see where I'm pointing? You see where I'm pointing? See where I'm pointing? Yeah. You follow it up very well. That place I'm pointing, that is the place I want to place my thumb. You see, I've divided the blade into 2 again. I've divided into 2. You see the area I'm touching now? That is the place I want to place my thumb. The other side too, that is the place I want to place my thumb. You watch it carefully. You do this thing step by step. I'm doing it slowly for you to be able to see it. This thing won't take me more time to finish it, but I'm doing it step by step, slowly. Slowly, you can be able to see it properly. No need to hide anything. No need to cut off any part. No need to fast too much so that confusion will come. No. I'm doing everything slowly for you. This thing cannot take me more than 2 minutes to sharpen everything up. But I have to do it slowly because you are learning. If I rush it up, you won't understand it. You won't know it. So it will now be like magic. This man is performing magic always. No, I don't want it that way. I want you to know it. Can you see it? Let me position it well in order for you to see it. Anywhere you see stainless, that is where the stone is work. Can you see? See where the shiny area is. Those shiny area. Yeah, the blade, the stone has to walk over the blade, but it does not cross it all. When you watch the center of that blade at the back, yeah, you see that place? You see where I reach now? The sharpening has not reached that area. So when we mount the upper blade on top of the bottom blade to test, when you can do work at the 0 gap, 50 gap, when you carry to 100% gap, that center will not work. It will not cut here. I know what I'm saying. Can you see? So see the back. They all see all those shiny area. That is where the stone has touched. You still have to repeat it again. You just still have to repeat the same process again. The same place you place your thumb, that is the exact place you continue placing your thumb till you correct everything all. You see that area I'm touching? That is the area the stone has covered. Can you see my movement for the back too? So this thing, when you follow it one by one, you follow it step by step, you see that this sharpening of clipper blade is very, very easy. Very, very easy to do. Now try and watch the inside, the inner surface of this bottom clipper blade now. You have seen the shiny areas. Those shiny areas are where the stone has worked on. You see that black portion in the center? The stone cannot touch that area. That area goes down. It's a valley. That area is a valley. It has gone down. The person who sharpen it last press hand too much in that center. Only that center he has sharpened. He did not sharpen the side, the left hand side, the right hand side. Therefore, only the left corner and the right corner is working. The center is not working. Now I'm trying to balance it up now. If I say I should clear that center to meet up finishly, the teeth will turn to needle. The blade will not be good again. So I have to do it in the normal way, in a professional way, so that I can be able to sharpen it back, so that the whole clipper blade can work again. There's nothing bad in that center. We leave it in that way. So I will correct it now and I will test it. When I test it in the normal way I used to test freehand testing styling method, when I test it in that way and the carbon form from the left hand side to the right hand side, from right hand side to the left hand side, you can be able to see it properly that the clipper blade will work fine. At least who have been following me up since can know that once I sharpen clipper blade and I test it with freehand testing styling method, it can give me that sign. When we mount it on the clipper blade, it starts to work fine, even better than the new one. It starts to work like new one or even better than the new one. Now, you see, this is the diagram again. Look at the diagram. I've drawn it up now. Look at where I circle. That is the center that the last person who sharpened this clipper blade have chopped it all. That center has gone down totally. So I've sharpened the whole area now where this thing can work. Follow me up. You follow the way I'm going. Can you see it? I've sharpened that front now. When we mount the upper blade on top of the bottom blade now, we test it, the machine will work fine. But that sign will still be there in the inner surface of the bottom blade. Can you see it? When we say we should clear this circle, that valley, we should chop it up, the clipper blade will turn to needle. The mouth will turn to needle to not be very, very useful again. So by this one now, you see the way I'm shading now, the machine, the clipper blade can work again. We now test it. When I test it with freehand testing styling method, see the area I'm circling? Those areas have been sharpened. That area, you see that center that draw the circle there, that was where the problem is, and I have corrected the side that's supposed to work. You understand me? I have corrected it. So when we now test it, see the upper blade now, the back, we have sharpened it correctly. The front, we have sharpened it correctly. The bottom blade now, we sharpen it. Can you see it? So I've done the right thing to do on this clipper blade. Now when we now test it now, you can see carbon from left hand side to the right hand side, from right hand side to the left hand side, which means that being sharpened professionally. The blade need to work again in a better way, to work like new one or even better than the new one. So can you see this tutorial now? I am using diagram to help us to understand what really I'm sharpening. You can be able to know it, to understand it perfectly. I'm doing it on the sharpening stone. Still have to draw it on the diagram so that I can be able to understand exactly what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to say, so that this thing will not be like magic to you. Can you see the blade now? Superstar. That is the blade that I've just sharpened now. We have just corrected the error there. That is the bottom blade. That is the inner part of it. That is the upper blade. I've now placed the upper blade on top of the bottom blade now for free hand testing styling method. Free hand testing styling method. Yeah. Free hand testing styling method. When I use this style to test it now, and we run it, we test it properly. This testing can take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on the strongness of the iron. The iron they use to make the clipper blade. But this type of clipper blade I'm sharpening is one of the most strongest blades so far in this world. Superstar is one of the most strongest blades so far in this world. As I promised earlier, I will not be using soft blade again. I can use it, but I will mix up with hard blades so that you can know that exactly what auto can do in sharpening of the clipper blade. Manual self can do better than that, depending on the way you know how to control your tongue, depending on the way you know how to fashion out your sharpening stones, depending on the way you know how to fashion out your sharpening. All these things gather together to make somebody become a professional. You might be using auto if you don't know how to control your tongue. All are the same. You'll be falling into errors. And you are using manual sharpening stone, you don't know how to control your tongue. You'll be falling into errors. But I am giving you assurance, it's from this error you become a master. It is from making mistakes you become a master. Don't fear. Don't fear to make any mistake. Once you fear to make mistake, you cannot know it. You sharp it, follow my step. When you now sharp it, the error come out. You test it. You snap the picture of the inner soil. Don't clean it, just snap the picture of the upper and the bottom blade. You send it to me on WhatsApp. When you send it to me on WhatsApp, I can be able to correct you. When I correct you did not get it, I will now use it to do tutorial. You can be able to see. I will form it on my own blade. Exactly the way you made that mistake, I will do it. I'm a professional. I will now correct it. You can see the way I correct it, and you can see. I will show you the way the error comes. How manage you are able to come into that error with your tongue. I will show it to you. I will let you know. Then the way you can correct it and bring it back to normal, I will still show you again. You see, I want to open this. Can you see the inner part of the blade now? Can you see the carbon from left hand side to the right hand side for the bottom blade? Can you see the carbon from left hand side to the right hand side for the upper blade? From the right hand side to the left hand side for the upper blade? From the right hand side to the left hand side for the bottom blade? This clipper blade sharpen correctly. Very, very, very correctly. Yeah, this is a real professional work. Once you can test this type of clipper blade, it has to work like new blade or even better than the new clipper blade. Those my followers that have been following, my subscribers that have been following me since, they really understand what I'm saying. Can you see the carbon from the left hand side to the right hand side to cover all the inner part of the blade? Can you see the cutting area of it? Can you see it? This type of the what they call a real professional work. Once you can follow my tutorials very well, you must have to become master. From master to professional, from professional to real professional. I promise you. Just follow my tutorials. Watch my tutorials. I don't want to cut anything off. When I cut it off and make it fast, you won't be able to understand it. This is only and the best way I can help you. This is the only and the best way I can assist you to become a real professional. Can you see the inner part of it? Those my followers following me since can understand that this clipper blade is going to work like new clipper blade, or even better than that. Even better than the new one. I'm saying it. I'm frantically saying it. I know what I'm saying. And those people who have been following me since, my subscribers, my viewers, those who have been following me since really understand what I really meant. If you can sharpen clipper blade and you get it like this, you are a real professional. If you can sharpen clipper blade, you get it like this one. You see the diagram I used to sharpen it. Can you see the blades, the upper and the bottom blade? Can you see the diagrams? The error diagram at the top, the way I corrected it at down. Can you see it? This is what they call a real professional sharpening of the clipper blade. We are into it now. You must know it. You must have to know it. Once you follow me up, be praying. You must have to know. Pray and practice. Pray and practice. Once you practice, you get any error, snap it to me. Snap the inner part of the upper and the bottom blade to me. Don't clean it, just the way when you test it finish, the way error is. Snap the picture, the inner surface of it. Then snap the name of that blade to me so that I can be able to see everything, the way to correct you. See the error at the top. That is the diagram for the error. That's the diagram to correct it at the down. See the blade I've corrected at the center. This is what they call a real professional. It's work of sense. This thing is work of sense. It's work of sense. Yeah, sharpening of the clipper blade deal with sense, deal with brain, logical, technical, professional work. I will make sure I assist you. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.